Yeah.
Theoretically, we're streaming.
I like theoretics.
They're good on occasion.
Occasionally.
YouTube is receiving my content.
Woo! They're open.
Not open for business.
YouTube is being the...
So, I'll address this now because to the stream, it's gonna look like I have beer because I have a kind of goldish liquid in a pint glass with like silver ice cubes.
Mm-hmm.
It's apple juice.
Well, everybody knows you don't put ice cubes with beer, so.
Well, no, it's like whiskey bullets, except they're cubes.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Why isn't Twitch receiving my content?
Twitch,
what the freak?
why you gotta be so rude, Twitch?
Oh, okay. Now Twitch is receiving content. It's playing a freaking advertisement, but it's
about to receive this dick.
Hey-oh! So, hey guys, welcome to Big Box Weekly.
Hey, how's it going? Happy Sunday.
I used your stream title, Tim.
We will not get involved in covfefe.
Nope, not getting involved. We are not stooping to that level.
Nope.
We shall not be stooping today.
Not gonna do it.
So, how the hell are you, Tim?
I'm actually better right now than I was yesterday, and yeah, yesterday was a little.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, not sure why. I mean, it's hotter than hell here, so that doesn't really help my mood.
Hot and cranky do go along with one another.
At least this guy.
Me too.
So
that's why I specifically moved my desk right next to the window where the air conditioner goes in my room.
That's a man that's thinking.
Like, the air conditioner will be no more than a foot away from me when I'm working. I will probably be doing a video on this. I'm trying to make a silent air conditioner so I can use it while I'm recording.
That's, I think, easier said than done. How would it be silent?
It's going to be using really silent fans. It's not going to be using a condenser. I'm going to be using a different method for chilling air.
Oh.
It'll be interesting. It may not work, but it'll be interesting.
So there's that. And you will be having a video of when you do it, correct?
Yeah, that is the plan.
Okay.
Because it should actually be a relatively straightforward project. Shouldn't take me more than like an hour or two.
I bet I could make it take longer than that.
Well, I mean, just by the sheer act of me filming it, it's going to take 3 to 4 hours.
True.
It takes way... Like, I tried filming myself building the big box server when I did that, but I just needed to get the big box server built and functional because of everything else I had to do at that time, so I was just like, I can't film this.
That'd have been kind of neat to see, but I understand why.
Same thing. I planned on filming me building your computer, but it was just like, Tim spent $2,000 on these parts. He wants them.
Well, yeah.
Which is understandable.
Yes. I'm looking back on it. You know, I didn't even think about having you do a video on it. Because
I took pictures and stuff, and I was like, I could have done a video on it, but I didn't have... Basically, the only time I got a chance to actually get around to building your PC, I think it was about 1 in the morning when I was building your computer.
That explains everything.
I think I was building it at like 1 in the morning, and then
And you were high on shrooms.
No, not quite. I was building it at 1 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure I shipped it that afternoon.
You what that afternoon?
I shipped it to you.
Oh, shipped? Okay.
Yes, I shitted it, Tim. I shitted on your computer, and then I mailed it to you.
Smells surprisingly fresh.
Yeah, my shit smells like a rose.
Of course.
Oh, Jesus.
So ever since the stream may not know this, but yesterday my other computer had a little bit of an overheating issue.
Was doing some bullshit, and Tim didn't like it.
It just shut down. I mean, with no warning.
Yes, it did.
I've never had that happen before. So I was a little concerned, and it happened again. and it happened again when I was actually talking to Greg.
Yeah, it
And
happened while I was fixing it or trying to fix it.
it's so that was interesting. As like I said, that's never happened to me before, and I did find the radiator, and there was a decent amount of.
He thought I was talking about his car when I mentioned the
I
radiator.
was
Let's get
joking
that
when I
out.
said that. I was joking when I said that. But it was a good film on it. So I had a can of electrical air dust that you
Yep.
spray and
Fixed it a little
addicts
bit.
will use. Yeah, there was I have a
And
cat
addicts
too,
use.
so yeah, there's there
Dude,
was a decent amount of cat fur.
I feel you on that one. I've had two yellow Labrador retrievers. There's so much dog hair in our house.
Do labs really shed that much?
They do.
Really?
Labs shed a shit ton. That's why it's very important to have them swim frequently.
Really?
So the swimming does two things for labs. One, it defurs them. It gets rid of all the loose fur. And two, it's really good for their joints because labs are very well known for having hip problems.
Yes, I knew that.
That was loud.
A little bit.
Yeah, toward the end of our first lab's life, he was really having trouble getting up and around. Like it got to the point that like right before he passed, we actually had a harness for him. Like we had
Mm-hmm.
this harness that went around him and had a handle above it, so we had to help him walk.
Oh,
So that was
that's
tough.
kind of sad.
That
Yeah.
was year. Wow, holy shit! It's been like 7 years. It was 2010
7 years?
when he passed. It's been a while.
Wow.
It was middle school when he passed. Holy shit. It's been a long time. Well, that means our other dog is holy. Yeah, he's gonna be 11 this year. Holy shit.
Your current doggy?
Yeah, Jack's gonna be 11 this year. God damn. Time freaking
Wow.
flies, man. That's right. I'm 20. Holy shit.
Yes, you are.
Every once in a while, I forget about that. I also every once in a while forget I just finished college. I promise people I actually do somewhat have my life together. Might not seem it, but I do. Bought a tractor today. I have my life together. It was a very interesting experience.
Wait. So is this your story?
Yeah, this is my story.
Okay. Let
This is
me.
the story you promised your viewers. Everyone got their
Yes.
popcorn?
All right.
So, I live in Massachusetts, the land of 6.25% sales tax. I live just south of New Hampshire, the land of no sales tax.
Ooh. I can see where this is going.
So it's tractor we were looking at. It's like an $1,800 or $2,000 tractor. We were between two of them. Sales tax is significant. Well, when we get like 22 miles per gallon in the truck and live an hour away from a no tax store, we're gonna go there.
Yes.
So we look online, and there's a Lowe's up there and a Home Depot up there that have them in stock. The one we're looking
Okay.
at. Normally, typically, we are not fans of Home Depot. We prefer to go to Lowe's for various reasons. But we go to Home Depot because we saw an ad that was offering like 24-month financing.
Okay.
So that's pretty good on a $2,000 purchase.
Yeah, it is.
Interest-free 24-month financing on the Home Depot card. So we're like, okay, we're going to go to the Home Depot first. So we go to the Home Depot, we're looking around. They only have one on display. This John Deere tractor we're looking for. And we're talking to the guy, and we're like, do you have anything other than the display one? They're like, not available to be sold today because I guess they have to. John Deere doesn't allow resellers of John Deere to assemble the tractors when they come in. They have to send a John Deere tech in, which I understand. If you've ever met anyone who works at Lowe's or Home Depot, they should not be building a John Deere tractor. Like, John Deere has
Home
a
dipshits,
brand
yes.
to represent, and they
Yes.
can't afford to be ruining that. So I get that.
Right.
So they have the one, and we're like, okay, well, we have a couple of other places we want to go check, namely that Lowe's nearby, because it said they had like 3 in stock.
Hmm.
And we're like, we don't really want to use the one. We just don't really want to buy the one that's been sitting out on the front of the store. So
Understandably
we go to
so,
the
yes.
Lowe's, and it takes us like 20 minutes for anybody to acknowledge we're there. And we're like, do you guys have this in stock? So the guy looks it up, and he's like, it says we have 3 in stock, because exactly that's what we found online. 3 available for pickup today. Remember that phrase, available for pickup today, because apparently it
Gotcha.
means something entirely fucking different to me than it does to Lowe's or Home Depot. He's like, we
All
got 3, and
right.
we're like, great, we'll take one. And he's like, well, they're not assembled yet. We have to wait for the John Deere guy to come in.
Fantastic.
And we're like, well, how about the one in Bedford or the one in Amherst? And he's like, I don't know how to call out to other stores. I'm new here. But this guy over here, he can help you in a few minutes when he finishes up. We're like, fine, whatever, I get it. You're new at a job at some point, right? It happens.
Right.
Can't be mad at that.
Right.
So we're waiting for this other guy. His name was Mitch. I've never met a good guy named Mitch.
That's accurate. I'm with you on that one. It's
Every
yes.
Mitch I've ever met is an asshole.
Yes. So it's not just me. Okay. All right.
All right, we're having a real bonding moment here.
Yeah.
So we're talking to this guy, and he's like, well, I don't have any available today. And we're like, we know that. We just talked to the other dude. And he's like, but our John Deere guy's coming in Tuesday to assemble them, so you could buy it today and come back and pick it up. Because one of the things is ending tomorrow is Lowe's has a $250 gift card that you basically get when you purchase this item.
Okay.
Which is also significant.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, no, can we call one of these other stores? And he's like, well, if we do it here, you can come back and pick it up Tuesday. And we're like, buddy, we're from Massachusetts. We're not driving back up here. And he's like, oh, I'm from Massachusetts too. It's 4 miles down the road. And we're like, yeah, jackass, we live in Worcester. We're about an hour away. We're not coming back on Tuesday. And
You're killing me, Smalls.
I didn't like this guy's demeanor. He was just being an asshole. So he's trying to call the other Lowe's, and he just keeps getting bounced to hold. And like 10 minutes later, we're finally like, we're just going to drive there. We would have already been there. So we drive to this Lowe's.
Okay.
And we go in, and it's the same type of thing where we're just waiting.
It's the same guy. Motherfucker.
Mitch drove over from the goddamn other store. But no, so we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally someone acknowledges we're there. And, it's same thing. Do you guys have this in stock? And they're like, well, if it's not on display, we might have it out back. We can go check. And they go out back and check. And it's like, we have 2 that are damaged and 3 that we're waiting on the John Deere guy. It's like, okay,
the fucking John Deere guy.
It's like, okay, fine. And they're like, well, we can, you can do the order today to get the gift card and come back and pick it up too. Nope, not going to happen. We live an hour away. Just went over this with the last guy. Shut the hell up. So we go.
You guys aren't grasping this.
So we go to the third Lowe's, which is about another 20-minute drive. It's even further north, further away.
So now you're in Canada.
We're basically in Canada at this point. We're visiting free too. Like, it's okay. So we go to this Lowe's. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is still at second Lowe's. The guy who's gonna call ahead to the other store, he can't do it, so he asks some woman in paint to do it. And this is perfectly okay, because this woman in paint was the only helpful sales associate we ran into at a Lowe's all goddamn day.
Usually the people that are in the paint departments are the ones that have been there the longest. So, and usually they're the smartest ones too.
So she's called the other store, and immediately it goes to hold. And then operator comes on, she's telling them the department she wants to go to. Goes to that department, blah, 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 blah. Bounces back again.
Of course.
She gets bounced back like 5 times. And eventually she's just like, look, either you're going to answer my question this time around, or you're going to put me on with a manager. Because this customer's been waiting here for 15 goddamn minutes to simply verify for you to walk outside and make sure you actually have this goddamn tractor. And of course, they didn't. Or no. She couldn't get a straight answer. So we were just like, okay, fine. So we just go to that other one.
How hard is it?
I didn't think it was very hard.
Jesus.
I didn't think it was very hard at all. So we go to this other one, and we realize on the way there, we drive past another Home Depot. So we go to this
Okay.
Lowe's. They don't have it. We loop back the 5 minutes to this other Home Depot. Go in. They don't have it. So now we're driving back to the first Home Depot that had the one on display. And we're like, fine, we'll wash the goddamn thing. All right, hey, Kemet, how's it going? We'll wash the goddamn thing, but they at least have one. But on the way back, we're calling the Lowe's that's closer to home. Because at this point, we're like, well, shit. If they at least have it, screw it at this point on the sales tax. Who gives a shit? We just need this tractor because the other one doesn't work. So we're trying to call them, and we get bounced like 6 friggin' times. So then we just hang up.
This is all today?
This is all today.
Holy shit.
This is all today. And the thing is, when you're calling Lowe's, the way you know you get bounced is you click the numbers and you do the things to get sent to a department, and it rings, and it rings, and it rings, and then eventually it goes back to, thank you for calling Lowe's.
Gotcha.
Para en español, para número dos.
Okay. One of those. Gotcha.
It goes back to that. And it does that like 5 or 6 times, and no one's willing to talk to us.
Podcast.
So then we go back to this Home Depot. And there's people talking with a sales associate about the tractor we want. And it's the last one they have sellable.
I will cut you.
So we literally pull up with the truck in the fire lane next to the sidewalk in front of this mower. And we say, I don't care what their questions are. Here's $2,000. We're taking it.
Thank you. Good night.
So we left at 10 a.m. today. It should have taken hour to get there, half an hour maximum, hour to get home.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get home till 4:30.
7 hours?
6.5 freaking hours.
That's stupid.
As soon as I got home, I called both Lowe's corporate and Home Depot corporate. Because the biggest bullshit of them all is all of these different stores we tried to go to.
Mm-hmm.
All of them on their website. 3 available for pickup today. 4 available for pickup today. 5 available
False.
for pickup today. Mother hugger. A bit available
This is
for
not
pickup
accurate.
today does not mean I go in and pay today and I can come back freaking Wednesday.
Right.
That is not
That's
available
not
for
how-
pickup today.
That is not what I think.
That is not this language that we have agreed upon. Let's try to friggin' stick to that.
Yes.
That
Please.
was my day. That was my day.
My day was a lot better than that. I think I would have lost it.
Oh, I did. I friggin' did, man. It was bleh. It was just not a very good day. It was a long day. And if it wasn't for the fact I woke up super sick this morning, like, I just felt like crap. We would have just been up fishing today. And that would have been so much better.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, really, fishing
Eventually, we would have had to go through the tractor ordeal, though. It would have happened. Their website still would have been false, and we would have
That's
been
true.
pissed.
This is true.
So that was my story, and that story took up a solid 10-15 minutes of the show.
Well, that was a hell of a day.
That was my Sunday. So much for the day of rest. I've never known Sunday to be a day of rest. Maybe I should have let my friend there convince me to go to school out in Mormon country where everything's closed on Sundays. Yeah, did you know that? There's parts of the country where like every store is just closed on Sundays.
I've heard that.
That's dumb. How's your economy supposed to function if you close down on like half of people's free time?
Maybe they do all their business during the week. I don't know.
How is that possible if you work an actual job?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried to get to a bank when you work a 9-to-5 job? It doesn't happen.
Lunch hour. Lunch half hour.
Yeah, lunch half hour, which is actually usually becoming shorter and shorter because employers are becoming worse and worse about, being nice to their employees.
Yeah, I've noticed. That's one thing that I have noticed at my internship. Like, everybody eats there. People don't have time to go and have a lunch. I'm like, oh, shit.
So when I was working at not Bass Pro Shops, You know what? Screw it. I don't care. When I was working at Cabela's, I don't have a clever name for Cabela's. Because when I was working at Best Buy, I can refer to it as Worst Buy. When I was working at Staples, I can refer to it as Paper Clips. And not be,
Right.
like, direct about it, but, like,
Right.
everyone knows what I'm talking. What the hell is a clever name for Cabela's? There isn't one. It's...
Boy, I'd really have to think about that one.
Yeah, I can't think of one. I just can't. So we're just going to say I worked at Cabela's for, like, 6 months.
All right.
One thing I really liked about there is if you worked a 5+ hour day, it was required that you took a half-hour lunch. If you were there for 6+ hours, it was required to take an hour lunch. They gave an hour lunch in a retail environment. That's ridiculous nowadays. Now at my
It's a way to
current
keep
company,
the employees happy.
yeah, exactly. Now at my current company, who I definitely will not be naming, and I
Like,
definitely don't
fuck
have a
you.
clever name for, I don't feel like making it public because this is actually a job I plan on keeping for a while,
Okay.
and unless that other interview happens ever. They give us a half-hour lunch, but the group I'm in pretty much gets away with doing an hour lunch.
Ah.
And no one really says anything as long as we don't make a big thing about it. Because our boss specifically doesn't give a damn. As long as we don't make a big thing about it, nothing gets said.
So, how much is it worth to you for me to not say anything?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I kid.
But my computer's running again, so.
That's good because it was down there for a while.
It was like half a week. Because it went down Wednesday, and it was like yesterday when I finally got around to doing something about it. Man.
That's a mighty long time.
For me, especially.
I think for anybody, really.
It was just convenient that it also happened to line up with the time that I said I was taking a break.
Not exactly how you wanted to do it, but...
Yeah. Who you calling honey there, Kemet?
Honey, if I really wanted to, I probably could find the company.
I doubt it. I don't actually have any breadcrumbs to where I work on any of my social media. No, I don't update jobs on social media, like, at all.
Yeah, he's pretty...
I'm not big about that. I barely use
He's pretty
social
anal
media.
about that, actually.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I it's not even that I care about, like, my Facebook friends knowing where I work. It's just, I had that bullshit with Who Is Guard went down on my website, and that asshole tried ruining my life for a friggin' $400 CSGO knife. Like,
for pixels, yes.
What the fuck? I can give you some colorful pixels, my friend. If you want to try to ruin my life for colorful pixels, you better at least be trying to steal a friggin' monitor, alright?
Right. Don't give him any ideas, though.
But yeah. So let me rephrase. That is not a challenge, but I don't actually think there's any breadcrumbs to me working at that place. I'm going to leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Wait, story about that? I don't want to give this guy any credit. In case he still happens to watch, I don't want to... Fuck it, I've already given him credit for that. I'm sorry, guys. This is like a sweary stream for me today. I usually try to avoid that on Big Box Weekly. But...
Some days you just... It happens.
Yeah. But, no, basically, like... It might even be a year ago at this point when I unboxed. So, Tim and I were streaming. This one viewer wanted to trade me some stuff for a skin that I had. And he traded me a case, is one of the things, because he didn't have the money to open it. So I buy a key, I open it on stream, it's a Gamma Doppler bayonet. Which at that time, it was like, I think it was actually in like Emerald phase. So at that time, it was worth like $410 or something.
Yep.
It was worth like $410. And I had it for a while, and I was using it. So I traded my old knife to the other guy, because I actually felt a little bad that he gave me a case for like a $10 M4 skin that had a knife in it. I did feel a little bad, so I traded him my old knife. too, because I was just like, here, I'm not even going to use the old knife anymore because I have this thing. And I was using it, and what happened is I had my domain on auto renew. But I didn't have WhoisGuard on auto renew, which is clearly my fault. I thought I did, I didn't. Whatever, shit happens. And he got like my personal information and stuff, which realistically he wouldn't have actually been able to follow through on anything he was saying. I don't think, except for one lead, but I don't think he could have actually done anything about it. So there's that. So I did get like a little bit like, oh, what the hell's the term for it? He socially engineered me a little bit there.
That's
to just kind of give up the knife, as opposed to me being like, well, actually, you're not going to do shit because you're a 12-year-old on the internet. But so he starts mentioning like, he tells me like my address, and I'm like, cool, great hacking. That's what the white pages are for.
Right? Yeah. It's a phone book, dude. Okay.
Yeah, our phone number and address has been in there for decades at this point, realistically, because we've had the same home phone for like 20, 30 years.
Wow.
So yeah, we still have a home phone. And like he managed to convince Amazon he was me, which that actually pissed me off, because Amazon actually had records of his call in and the information that was given, because they had the recording of it.
Right.
I ended up backing off on the lawsuit, though, because I really just didn't want to pay for a lawyer. But basically, I legitimately did have a solid case against Amazon for assisting in identity theft.
Yes, this is true.
It's just I didn't have the resources at that time because I was not in the job I'm at now. I think at that time I had about $200 at max just kind of chilling at my bank account.
Yeah, it's not like you were wealthy and stuff.
It's not like now where if I had to suddenly take care of bills, I could.
Right.
It was a different time. But anyways,
it was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time back then, before I had all of this expensive equipment. Before I spent way too much to make $0 on YouTube and Twitch.
Right. You replaced the home phone with a Skype thing? A Skype thing?
A Skype thing.
It is like a physical phone?
Do you mean the Skype thing? Because I use Skype for business at work because they don't give us voice over IP phones anymore. It's not like 3 years ago when the big thing was everyone had an Avaya VoIP phone. Do you remember Avaya, Tim? I don't know if you were actually in any of those type of fields. At my senior year high school job, I had an Avaya VoIP phone. And then it moved to an Avaya VoIP client that ran on your desktop and you used like a headset. And now most places just use Skype for business.
I see.
Yeah.
Now my job, we have flip phones.
Flip phone.
That are still 3G.
Make it flip.
And we cannot get texting on it because that costs too much money.
I mean, do you really need more than calling for a work phone though?
For what I do, it would be very beneficial if we could text with our clients.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true, because yours isn't just like business contacts. Yours is clients. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot
alcoholic clients.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
So texting, yeah, alcoholic clients that tend to no-show because, they're drunk or whatever. So texting would actually be...
Yeah, but why would they spend money to actually help people?
Well, see, that's the state. That's our awesome governor saying, oh, we don't need to do that.
That's our country as a whole.
Instead, we're going to keep you in this.
If you can't afford insurance, you're making the choice to die. Do you remember that?
I think so.
Oh, God. I'm not going any further down that rabbit hole to hell.
rabbit hole to hell.
I don't know. I don't actually have very much going on. I gotta edit that work in progress video that was supposed to go up Friday. But
it was actually supposed to go up Thursday, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was supposed to go up Thursday, but then Windows was like, nah. Fam. So I was just sitting down on Wednesday. Yeah, that's what it was. I was sitting down on Wednesday night to edit it because I had no motivation to do anything the beginning half of the week. And I was sitting down to edit it, and then all of a sudden my screen went black and my mouse cursor was still there. So I rebooted the computer and it wouldn't boot up.
You sent
'Cause,
me you sent me pictures of it. I remember. You were rather unhappy.
I'm pretty sure I blasted Microsoft on Twitter. Oh yeah, I think it was Kemet I got into this discussion with on Twitter, actually.
I think it was, yeah.
Pretty sure it was. Let's just go to my Twitter real quick on my phone. Oh yeah, why oh why is Win 10 such a steaming pile? Is the tweet. By far more crashes in Win 10 than all of my other OSs combined, and I lived through the ME days. I really blasted them. I was saying that Windows 10 is worse than Windows Millennium Edition.
Strong words.
I was a little upset. Then Kemet responds, upgrade to Enterprise. No random updates or restarts and has crashed a lot less. And I'm sorry if I came off as rude, Kemet. I was just pissed. Because my response was, him. Why should I have to pay even more to have a stable product, though? I think it's time to upgrade to Linux. Just gotta make my games work.
That's the hardest part with Linux, yep.
And that's what I was dicking around with the multi-GPU crap. And he goes, yeah, I did get it for free since I don't think you can just go out and buy it. I got it through a company I do work for. I said, regardless, it's still a bullshit solution. Their product should work.
Accurate. Yes, it should.
And then he goes, I don't know, man. Just roll back to something old. I'm not sure if Risen is backwards compatible, though. And I said, can't roll back now. Windows won't boot. Fresh install, here I come. And he said, you mean a day and a half to re-download GTA, here you come.
Yeah, right. Good times.
Oh, God. Yeah. Then he recommended doing a Hackintosh, which would have been cool, but Risen's not going to support doing a Hackintosh like ever, because Apple's not going to use Risen processors ever.
What's a Hackintosh?
It's hacking Mac OS to run on your own hardware. It takes... So, the annoying thing with doing a Hackintosh is you can have
Sounds illegal.
It's a gray area.
Okay.
It's not outright illegal.
Okay.
But it's not super legal. Like, you do, in order to do it, you actually do have to legitimately purchase the software from Apple. So in order to make a Hackintosh, you do actually need a Mac machine for which you can purchase OS X.
Okay.
So you do legally own the software. You legally have the rights to use the software. So it gets weird about running it on hardware other than Apple's, but it's not outright illegal. So that's what I'll say to that. But the thing is, you have to have like very specific hardware to do it. And like you can actually have a fully functioning Hackintosh system that one version of Mac software update could totally brick it and not work anymore. Or like if you do a BIOS update or firmware update on anything, it also just might not work anymore.
Oh.
So like there's a big community around it where basically like you can go and you'll see like, for example, there's a whatever motherboard and CPU combo. It'll be like this works on firmware rev X, Y, firmware rev Z doesn't work, but firmware rev AA works.
Okay.
So like it's very, very particular hardware that you need. And
okay.
I just spent, $500 on a Risen CPU and motherboard, and then bought $200 worth of RAM, and did the SSD upgrade. And like, I don't want to go back and spend more money.
Right.
Like, come on.
Please don't think.
Oh God. Everything just went to hell in a handbasket. The OBS went green, dropped 136 frames.
What happened?
I don't know.
No.
You cut out. We're good now. I'm back at 2600 kilobit.
Woo.
You cut out for a second. So I don't know what you were saying. It was Charter doing their stupid bullshit again. They were like, this guy, he's getting happy again. We gotta fuck him.
Charter. Why is Charter such a little bitch?
Dude, you saw what I was getting for a friggin' speed test on my iPad on Wi-Fi the other day.
Yeah.
And now I can't even freaking stream 720/30. Like, come on. You're sitting over there. I can do 1080p 60 to YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
I can't even push 720/30 to one friggin' platform. Because I send it to Restream and they handle on their end sending it out to YouTube and Twitch. So I'm streaming to
Right.
one location at 720p 30, having more frame drops than Tim streaming to 2 or even 3 locations at 1080 60. Because weren't you playing around with Beam at some point too?
I was, yes.
Beam doesn't exist anymore, by the way.
No, it's Mixer.
Mixer. And I have zero opinion on it, just like I had zero opinion on Beam.
I mean, it's basically it just got bought out. It's no big thing, but
Oh, I know. It's Microsoft supported now, so I really can't support it.
I
I refuse.
refuse to lose.
And actually, all right, I got one more thing to say before we end the show here, because we're at 35 minutes and we're going to do some GTA, I think, if you're still down for that.
Yes, yes, yes.
But, so, getting off of Windows as a primary OS update. I am at a point where I have Ubuntu running stable with everything I need. I have a QEMU virtual machine for Windows 7 running, and it, like, functions properly. I'm trying to get GPU pass-through to work. That's a pain in the balls.
Sounds like it.
I'm considering switching to using Arch Linux because I know one of my buddies had Arch Linux working with GPU pass-through to a Windows VM, but he ultimately said it wasn't worth it when it's so fast to just dual boot. But for me, that's not an option because I want to be able to do my streaming and stuff from the Linux side. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I think that's about all I've got to say tonight. What do you got, Tim? Parting words of wisdom here.
I was trying to hook up my Rokins, their little tiny earbuds that go in your everything. They're completely wireless and they sound great. The problem is, my computer does not have Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's not really a super common desktop motherboard feature.
I didn't even think about it.
Like, the only desktop other than, like, an all-in-one that I've realistically seen that has Bluetooth built into the motherboard is, like, I think my sister's motherboard has Bluetooth built in. But that's because that computer was a gift to her, and the motherboard in that computer is, like, a $500 motherboard.
Is that a lot?
Considering my most recent motherboard, I only paid $180 for, and that's about as high as I was willing to go.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh, a blip of change on the big box domain. Who is changed September 13, 2016, but the personal domain is a bunch of changes, but I don't want to pay to get it. I don't know. Yeah, there was a who is change on September 13th, 2016, because that's when I renewed it and also did a mask.
I don't know.
But yeah, be careful about posting stuff like that, though, Kevin. As much as I like you and all, I do have a policy about shit like that getting a ban, so just saying be careful. I like you, but rules is rules.
And I can't help you out with that.
So just be cautious. Yeah, I'm not saying like they don't have them. It's just it's not super common. I think it's relatively common nowadays. Maybe.
Well, and when I was ordering it, I didn't even think about it, you know?
Yeah.
So. Yep, so I ordered a little USB one so that I can do it. And I don't know how frequently I'd be wearing them.
At your desktop especially.
Yeah, but, you know, it's an option. I originally got them to wear at night because I like to catch up on YouTube videos and stuff at night. But the problem is that you can't probably see it, but there's a little light that blinks here when it's on, bulb. And it's bright as shit for something that small. You wouldn't believe how bright that damn thing is.
It's obnoxiously a blue LED too, isn't it?
No, it's bright white.
Oh, even worse. Blue and white are the worst LED colors. So
I mean,
Tim,
this
I
thing.
actually have a little solution for you because I had to do this on the big box server in order to actually get sleep. Put a little piece of tape over the LED, like a little
It's
piece of
really,
white electrical tape.
it's really fucking tiny.
I had to
I
put
would
electrical tape over the
probably,
light indicators on the big box server, or else it was like it literally lit most of my ceiling from a little LED.
yeah, this lights like my walls in my room. I'm like, what the fuck is that light? The first time
and
I saw it,
your
freaked
wife
me
is
out.
not a fan of that.
No, no, no. She said no more. So,
You see, that's the
um,
thing for me is I don't have to share a bedroom, so I can just like play it on speakers. Just put YouTube up
that's
on my
yes.
smart TV and just play and
I remember those days. Rip.
I remember those days.
Probably what I might do is just get a Sharpie and just Sharpie out the.
You know, that's probably an okay option. I would use like a silver one though, so it doesn't look super out of place.
I don't know who I'd be.
I don't know. I just have this thing about my products not looking like shit.
You do. You got like some OCD going
I
on.
do a little bit. I like things to be nice and neat and organized. It's not that you'd ever tell by looking at the rest of this room, but or just the right hand side of my desk. It's obnoxious actually. I'm gonna give the studio audience here a little sneak view. You'll see it on the stream, but like that's my desk right now. It's disgusting as a mess. It's awful. You can see the spare GPU from trying to do a pass through in a VM, my external hard drive for backing shit up, this product that I'm going to be reviewing when I'm doing videos again, my extra mouse, because everyone needs to have an extra $60 mouse
Yes.
laying around, my pocket knife, my Apple Watch, more screwdrivers than I know what to do with. Oh yeah, I'm a mess. That's not bad. Well, there's also the pile on the floor of when I needed to clean off that part of my desk, I just kind of went whoosh and knocked everything off. So now there's a pile on the floor and a pile back on my desk. I gotta get around to fixing that, though. 10 mugs? Why do you have 10 mugs on your desk? Holy shit, Kemet. Get your life together, man. I'm sorry, that might have been a little harsh. I have a Bluetooth speaker on my desk, too.
Woo!
I also have this light, which has a red LED in it. A little bit of a red LED that's not bright at all, but it can do, like, SOS signaling. Holy shit, we managed to hit 43 minutes. I'm calling that a success.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I think we're going to wrap up the stream.
Sounds Gucci.
Thanks.
Hit the thumbs up if you're watching the video at home.
Yeah,
you know
Tim's
you
better
are.
at this.
You know you are. You know you want it.
You know you want it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.